What's good? This wasn't a video I've wanted to make as someone who loves the game and also, makes content on it. I just kind of thought that everything going on with the game that I needed to let y'all know about the game and the things that have brought it down and the things that'll potentially bring it back up. I know that just about every Rocket League YouTuber has made a video on the state of the game, but I think it's still important to draw more awareness. I know that I don't get a lot of views, and if they sweep someone like Musty under the rug, then they will not pay attention to anyone else who criticizes their work on the game. I love the game that Psyonix made. If I didn't, I wouldn't make the content I do, and I wouldn't have played the game for almost half a decade. But now, Rocket League is turning 10 years old in just a few months, and with Epic taking control of the red and green light side, there's no more room for any imagination. We either get reskin maps and old game modes returning, or literally just updates to the things we don't care about. Like most famously, getting rid of trading. Not to say no one cared about trading, but who liked that update? I mean, genuinely, could there be a worse thing to get rid of for the community? All because they want to feed into a Fortnite side game that gets 1,000 players every day. Not one player liked the decision, and I highly doubt the devs who had to work on the update for days wanted to remove such a key feature for a Fortnite side mode like whatever they were doing, But whatever Epic Games says is law. If they give you the green light, you do it. When Psyonix was running the game fully, you could tell that there was a love for the craft. They loved bringing new updates and seeing the players' reaction and interact with the game in such a way that both the players and Psyonix profited. Now, it just doesn't seem like there's a fire in the soul of the people who make these updates. Or what I should say is that there isn't a fire in the soul of the execs that give the order to make these updates everything but good. It's so sad to see a game that's been on top of not only the game industry, but even the streaming and content creation side of things. So much so that even with nothing being added to the game, people are still finding ways to make content and attract viewers without the help of Epic. And I feel like this is because the Rocket League community has some of the most creative minds. And here, I'll give some props to not Epic, but Psyonix. To have the foresight, to have the skill ceiling so high that players just keep getting better and better and keep attracting more people to try and play the game more or even start the game anew. They at least knew that having something to drive people to keep playing the game for years and years to come was going to be something that kept their game in a state to actually still be playable and enjoyable almost a decade later. Epic is not a stoic company. Epic is not a company full of martyrs. Epic is a company full of power wolves and execs that are too wealthy to care about what the community of their games really want. For years, Epic was a company that communities like COD and Apex told their creators to act like. Sadly, Epic has now become the epitome of what you don't want a company that is feeding out these games to millions of players to be. They are a multi-billion-dollar company with a multifaceted presence in the gaming industry to make and keep players from truly enjoying the work of their devs. Again, this isn't a complaint to the devs because they just do what they're told. They aren't the main proprietors of this kind of dictatorship. We live in a democracy, but at the same time, we play and use the things that companies that are practically working under a dictatorship produce and put out for the rest of the world to make them money so they can push out lousy updates and just make a bag and leave for another month. And it genuinely puzzles me how a company can even get to a point where a game that they bought starts to deteriorate and fall apart all because that same company wanted to promote their other game using the works of insanely talented dev teams. Sorry if this video got so wordy, but I want to truly show that Rocket League is not a game for Epic to destroy, more than they already have. But it's a game that needs to be worked on. I mean, you get these people in the community. Like, you have tenacity, you have people like Arsenal, you have your pro players like Daniel, Zen, these people that are so insanely good at the game that they keep driving in more people to come and try the game out, without Rocket League or Epic Games ever doing anything to the game to help out their player count. I mean, you guys know that about, 2-3 years ago, they changed in the menu from it saying the genuine player count of exactly how many players were online to saying if the server list that they were on was good, bad, or great. And they said, oh yeah, it's on a scale of numbers, but we don't really know that. They could just be saying that and just get away with it, saying, oh yeah, the servers are great, and then there'd be, 5,000 people online at 3 o'clock. After school gets out, everybody's home from work at, 6 o'clock, most of the time. And they're saying, oh yeah, the servers are great, but it takes me 35 minutes to get into a 2's rank game. I mean, you don't see games like this that are struggling this much that have been out for this long. I mean, yes, you have your games like Multiverses, Concord, that when they came out, they were just full-on fails. They flopped so hard in the first, not even a month. Concord mostly, Multiverses lasted at least until Season 5, but they still flopped so hard that they had to discontinue the servers. You can't even play on it anymore. Rocket League is going on that same path. And if, the companies that make these updates, like Epic Games, and their execs that are giving them all this power to do these updates, don't try and at least put a little bit of thought into what they're doing, then I don't think Rocket League will ever make it out of that pit hole of just being the car soccer game that is falling off and is dead. I mean, you look at people in the community. You have Musty, you have Sunless, people like that who shaped the Rocket League community to be what it is now. The Rocket League founding fathers, basically. And you have Sunless, who used to post Rocket League exclusively. He now has a cooking channel, a history channel, and I think another one too. And now, even on his main channel, he's not mostly posting Rocket League. I mean, he's posting other games, and you go back 4 or 5 years, you will not find a single upload from him that wasn't Rocket League. And it's almost the same thing with Musty. He has another account called Wipe. It is his real life account where he talks about, day in the lives. He does these daily vlogs on what it's like to run an account with 3 million subscribers, what it means to have $10 million, how do you do this and how do you run that? And if you just read the titles and go by it, it almost sounds pretentious almost. But when you sit back and you watch the videos and you understand that this is coming from a place of this game, if it weren't for this game, he would not be where he's at right now, right? If it weren't for this car soccer game that Psyonix made in 2015, none of these creators would be where they're at. And that's my problem, is that Psyonix and Epic Games are not helping these creators. I'm not saying they need to help them financially, because trust me, these creators are more than stable financially. But I'm saying help them out content-wise. Help them be able to entertain their audience. It's more than the money side of things and the monetary gain you can get from a YouTube video or stream. It's entertaining an audience that you built to trust you and to upload content that they genuinely enjoy and want to watch on a basis of almost every day. I mean, when you have multiple people working for you like Musty that are constantly coming up with ideas from the game and just trying to do another thing over and reskin it, everything's been done in this game. Every idea that you can come up with right now for a video has been done before. Oh, you want to train silvers and to be the best that they can and then put them in a 1v1 against each other. Yeah, that's been done 5 years ago. And it's been done since then a billion times. You want to go up against other ranks, Grand Champ versus 17,000 bronzes. It's been done. There's not anything that hasn't been done for this game. I mean, you look at the game and you look at the people that play it and you think to yourself, how does a game like this fall off so flat? It doesn't land soft, it doesn't land hard, it falls flat on its feet and it's just barely standing. I mean, truly, this is the worst outcome for a passionate project like this to come to. And it sucks to make videos like this. I mean, you ask anybody that's made a video on the subject, they never wanted to because this is the game that they love. This is the game that made them where they are. So, sorry if I was harsh on that, but I would only scorn a game that I truly know has the potential and minds behind it to be a great game again. Please, have a great day, and praise God. This is Vaautyrl, signing off.